much does a gallon of gas cost right now? Go for that, I like it. Okay. We probably know it's more relevant now because of everything that's going on with inflation and gas. But put what you think a gallon of gas costs. Connor says $4.19. What about you, Alex?
I think it was like, I don't think it's that higher, like, it's like a gallon.
Gallon of gasoline.
You wanna know something crazy? Back in the 50s, it cost 26 cents.
Yeah, right? That's an important idea. Alex, what do you think? Throw a number down. Next, what do you think a gallon of water costs compared to a gallon of gas?
I don't pay attention to that stuff, so I don't know.
Give me a guess.
I was looking for $5.20.
$5.20 for gas, cool. Alright, gallon of water.
We put $3.95.
$3.95 per gallon of water. Okay.
I'm just gonna put $4.
Alright, and then tell me, what do you think between a gallon of water and a gallon of gas, which do you think would be cheaper? You can just tell me.
Water.
Water would be cheaper? I like that. Connor, what do you think?
Water.
Okay. And why would you say water would be cheaper than gasoline?
Because water's natural,
It's natural, yeah.
and gas would be basic. Well, gas is a oil.
Huh?
Gas is a oil.
Yeah. Which is
Which is still natural, but it's, you gotta be pretty much pre-made to gas.
yeah, a lot of work goes into getting oil, right?
I was saying water is like you can have in your house for emergencies, or if you need to evacuate like a thing, like a hurricane or whatever, you have water with you. With gas, you can't like have in your home, basically in your car.
Right. So
And
if
with
you,
water, you go
Well,
like,
you can use gas in general.
if you were living out by yourself and you happen to have oil deep under you, under the ground, and you live near a spring, what would be easier for you to go get? Water or the oil?
Water.
Water would be easier, right?
yeah, water.
So that's an important thing to think about with why one would cost more than the other. What's easier to get a hold of?
Water.
Yeah, so it might be cheaper. Okay, types of natural resources, that's what we're talking about.
The environment.
I was just about to put environment on this.
Our environment. The environment is the air, water, and land that surrounds us.
Or atmosphere.
Make sense? So number 2 on our study guide, what is the air, water, and land that surrounds us?
Environment.
Environment, very nice. Cool. Natural resources which are oil, water, or both?
Both of them.
Both, yeah, very nice. That's the soil to grow food, which farmers use, right? Trees for lumber. Lumber is used to build houses. What
Would be
about
soil, trees, and oil?
schools? Air, water, and land that surrounds us is the environment. Okay, natural resources could be soil to grow food, trees for lumber to build houses, according to Alex, to build schools, according to Mr. Masters. Oil for energy, to fuel cars, heat homes. We use oil for a lot of things. Plastic is made from oil as well.
Use oil generators.
What's up?
Generators.
You need to watch your language and you don't bring that back.
We always use gas.
You know you don't bring that out of the cafeteria.
Cool, okay. Examples of natural resources for our study guide.
I already got those down.
You got those down? Cool. Anything that I don't have that we can think of? Say with me.
Okay, Kyle,
Trees, oil, very nice.
don't mess up your day, please.
Okay, renewable versus non-renewable. Both are natural resources. Renewable, they cannot be used up or we can replace them easily. So water's limited or unlimited on this earth?
Unlimited.
Pretty much unlimited. At least very easy to get a hold
Well,
of, right?
clean water is limited.
Like,
There's more salt water than there is clean.
Right, okay. Easy to get our hands on. Are you guys familiar with the fact that you can actually desalinate salt water?
Yeah, from boiling it.
You can boil, yeah, okay. And people that travel around on sailboats actually have desalinators. It takes a lot of energy, but you can take salt water, turn it into fresh water. Takes a lot of energy though.
Well, you can also use filters as well.
Okay, example of non-renewable resources. Things that we cannot replace in our lifetime. So
AKA gold.
gold is a good one. I like that example.
Gold is like, it's really hard to find. It's like rare, I would say.
Yeah.
You have to go all over the states to try to find gold.
Yeah.
I would say.
It takes a lot of time for gold to be created, right? It takes a lot of energy.
I'll say years.
I was watching a scientist make water, turning water into oil.
Thousands and thousands of years. Okay, so number 4, explain the main difference between renewable and non-renewable resources and give one example of each. So you give me some really good examples. Give me an example of renewable.
Oh, yeah.
Water, right?
Plastic.
Number 4.
Plastic.
As far as renewable or non-renewable?
Renewable.
I already say plastic is made from oil ultimately. And oil would be renewable or non-renewable?
Non-renewable.
Non-renewable. Cool. One example Alex had for non-renewable, it's also on the board, is gold. So we're giving one example of each, and what's the difference between the two?
When I think of like renewable, I'm thinking like recycle.
To renew is to replace,
Because you would
to get more of.
the diamond could literally be renewable because it's just pressed down coal, charcoal.
For long periods of time, yeah.
Okay,
A lot of
Kyle, we need
pressure.
to be
Press
quiet
it.
with your negative comments.
Cool. We're good on number 4?
Well, I'm still trying to think of other examples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, one down for each. I'm gonna explain the difference between the two. So the difference being that one can be replaced easily and one might take thousands of years to replace. And tons of energy to retrieve.
Oh, jade is not renewable.
What is it?
Jade. Because you have to.
Crystal?
It's jade is more expensive than gold,
Okay.
and they have to dig down 200,000 plus feet to get like jade.
Yeah. Okay, go with that. Alright, renewable resources. We have an abundance. What does abundance mean? A lot. This does include fish for food, lumber. The paper you're writing on is made from a renewable resource, right?
Lumber.
Water may be the most important natural resource. Scientists are and should be coming up with more efficient ways of using these to generate energy. We depend mostly on which types of resources for energy. What do we depend on now? We should,
Trees.
okay,
And
trees. What about to fuel our cars? Gas, okay, and same thing for electricity at our house, it comes from a generator somewhere, right? So is that a non-renewable resource? Gasoline?
Yes.
Cool.
It's
So
funny. As funny as they made electric cars, they should have really made solar powered cars
Tyler,
because that's just renewable.
need to watch your language.
Yeah. So number 5, we depend mostly on non-renewable resource for energy. Yeah.
Appropriate
Hold
language
up.
only.
No, number 5, we depend mostly on non-renewable
Yeah.
resources for energy.
So I was shaking my head because
What's the issue with relying on non-renewable resources for energy?
the big 3 letters, OIL.
What's the issue though?
Well,
Prices.
Yeah, ends up costing more. And that we can't replace them when we're out of them, right?
You can't replace your face either.
You can't replace them. That's the issue.
oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Alright, how do we find non-renewable resources? We find minerals from extracting mines or quarries, fossil fuels and natural minimal material formed by the breakdown of formerly living plants and animals. I don't know if you guys knew that, but oil is formed over a lot of years from organic material breaking down, sinking under the earth.
If you go to Illinois, they have oil pump farms. So there's oil pumps that do this and stuff,
Yeah,
and it goes on for like acres.
yeah, for sure.
Acres. I was thinking going through Illinois to go to Indiana,
Yeah,
and that's all I watched going on the car ride. I'm like,
you watch the thing go up and down.
it's kind of satisfying in a way.
Same thing with Oklahoma too. You can just drive for hours just seeing those things pump.
Yeah.
Okay, so oil includes oil, natural gas, coal, drilling, fracking, if you guys have heard of. And this takes millions of years to form. So if we run out, we can get more. It's still considered non-renewable because it won't be in our lifetime for it to
Yeah.
replenish. Okay, and so number 6, how long does it take for fossil fuels to form?
Years.
Millions of years. Very nice. We depend mostly on non-renewable resources for our energy needs. Do you notice anything scary about that? All the energy that we get is based off of non-renewable energy. That's scary.
Leave those things over there
It's
alone.
funny though because we have oil in the United States. We have farms that we use them for,
Mm-hmm.
and we could just we don't have to technically just get it from Russia and stuff. We can get it from our own land.
At what expense? The environment, right?
Yeah.
That's why they're against pulling oil from here, is to save our environment, which is interesting. So at what expense? We could pay much less for gas, but that's at the expense of our environment in the United States.
Yeah.
They're like juggling that issue, you know?
Yeah.
And also we have less reserve for ourselves. We have oil saved up that we are prepared to use if we need it, but do we exactly need it? Who's to decide?
Presidents.
Yeah, politicians, right? People that are in charge. Very cool. Now if you flip this study guide over, you have your post test. You wanna take that real quick? If your name's alright on the back, then it's cool.
Bro,
This is not yours, and you shouldn't have it.
bro.
Leave this stuff alone.
Bro, it's going to go on like this. You've never seen it.
Alright, good job. Thank you guys very much.